Yeah. So, Andrew, just tell us, how did you get into the Hasbro selling game? Like, because that does, because you can see behind you, like, I've seen pictures of your office. Like, how did Mable Toys come to be?
So, what a lot of people don't know is because when I talk to some of these, I've made so many connections within this wrestling community, wrestling figure community, and a lot of people tend to think that like I just kind of came in recently. Not when they say like, "Oh, you're like the new Hasbro, whatever, the man or whatever." I just kind of let it be because I don't want to be that guy. But now that I have a platform to talk about this, I will do it on here. I've actually been doing this since I was in fifth grade, and I'm talking about trading and selling wrestling figures. By the time I was in seventh grade, I had an online store with my buddy Lewis. We had an entire basement full of wrestling figures. We had every Hasbro on card. We used to go to Electronic Boutique, which is known as EB now, which might not even exist anymore. And we
I
used
think
to
it
buy,
merged with GameStop. Yeah.
yeah, that we used to buy Miss Pac-Man there for $60, and then we'd go and return it at KB. I'm sorry, this is wrong. We used to buy it for $10 at Electronics Boutique and return it at KB and get $60 credit because we'd have $5 each, that we'd go to the mall with. And we would do this like every other week. And we bought every single Jax figure that way, the bone crunching action guys when they first came out. So I've been kind of doing this hustle like since I was a kid. And eventually, when I went into high school and things started, becoming a little different. I remember I was walking in the mall with my father, and I said to him, someday I'm going to be selling wrestling figures for a living. This was when I was in like seventh grade. And he's like, you're not fucking doing that. You're going to get into girls and partying and all this stuff. And you won't even remember about these wrestling figures. So now it's funny that I talked to him about it now. I'm like, see, it's really happening. Like I worked at a video store, like an adult store that I ended up sort of having like not a real ownership on, but like was paid in the way that it was a partial ownership, completely ran the video store. That was for like the last 15 years. Then in August of 2022, that store finally closed down forever. It was like the last video store around. And I just really went super hard at it with the wrestling figures again, which I was already doing before, but I really had a chance to get on with it and like make it my life. Since then, I'm just living the dream here. It's been really nice, and I have a lot of people to thank, and I have a ton of luck with that, including meeting with Cardona and those guys from Major, and selling them figures here and there, as well as some other people, including you guys, just for having me on their shows, or just giving me the time of day and that kind of thing. So.
Watch new episodes of the broadcast on YouTube every Tuesday at 7 a.m. Miami time. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and most importantly, Tom says hi.